Hey people, Inquisitorial 1v1, Ashes of Typhon and blue side. It's Dullahan with an Eversor Assassin, a risk-reward melee brawler that explodes on death. And up against is Kocha, I'm not saying that right, I'm sure, with a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and destructive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and control. The Black Legion elite scheme here, he gets a new helmet, and so do the Chaos Space Marine fellas over here. Some little spikes, aren't they adorable? Lovely fellas. Strike squad up for Dullahan, more heretics for Kocha. Are they going to meet on the east side with a hero and marine battle? I think the strike squad are probably going to go mid. If they do meet on the east side, Dullahan wins it quite handily. Strike squad will tear apart CSM in melee early on, and the Eversor can just pitch in wherever he wants really. Maybe a cheeky sorcerer special attack could even that up. Stormtroopers will run into heretics on the west side. As long as they can keep range, they can pick them off. There's that second heretic going. Second heretic's going in the mid. They're going to meet the strike squad and they're not going to like it. Needs to back away as soon as he notices this. Storm bottles will rip them apart as they approach, and then in melee they're going to get destroyed. Yep, backing off. Eversor goes for the victory point on the east side, contested. And should be dealt with here. CSM to shoot him. There's the Psychon. And a special attack. Barely took any damage here, the Sorcerer. Psychon gives the Eversor Assassin 30% more damage output and 30% damage resist, but costs 100 health to activate. Heretics have found the Stormtroopers. Got unlucky there with the Doom Blast. It blew up a model at the back. Poor bastard. Blew up for nothing. And didn't affect those guys. Yep, lucky Dullahan. Havoc's on the way now for Kocha. Maybe we'll see interceptors in response. Haven't seen anything else, so perhaps no generators though. Do they want early Eversor equipment? What are they doing? No tomes up yet. So it's got to be purgation or interceptors next. I don't see any upgrades coming in. Interceptors it is. That's going to be fun. Could use Sword of Flame and then pile in with heretics to deal with that. But that's a really risky jump for the Havocs. Doesn't take long for interceptors with their 30 DPS to tear through Havocs with their only 20% lesser melee resist. Doom bolts backs them away. I wonder if it's worth it to try and keep the Havocs around if they get jumped by interceptors. Yeah, you can have heretics, but then the Eversor's going to come piling in. That might be enough to just wipe the Havocs quite quickly. Gotta be careful with the positioning. Try and get on the Eversor early and Doom blast him maybe. Those heretics will flee. This Eversor's already quite low. Sorcerer doing some work here. Poking him. I really don't like the Sorcerer's... I've said this multiple times. I don't like the Sorcerer's melee attacks. His animations never have. I know they wanted to make them... I imagine they wanted to make them really different from the Force Commander and stuff, but... they look very strange. It's like he's never picked up a sword before. He's meant to be... millennia old warrior. Even though he uses magic. Meant to be able to wield a sword effectively, I think. Some of them look alright, like he's got a stabbing animation that looks good, but some of them are really weird. Nitpicking. Stormtroopers do have their sergeant, they get that awesome no fuse grenade. Did not want to stick around for the suppression, so runs off. Interceptors, oh, they took a little break there in the middle of the retreat. Interceptors teleport away. Oh, towards these guys. That was a energy burst on the heretics there. These guys with an aspiring champion who is a Chaos Marine. See him at the front there, bolt pistol and chainsaw. I'm not sure what level the strike squad need to be to have enough energy to energy burst and then banishment on the squad that they just slowed down. Not sure how much energy those abilities cost. I imagine the banishment is 60, but I'm not sure about the energy burst. Might only need level 2 for it. Great map for jump units and teleporting units, of course, as you can get around this crater edge. Sword of Flame is up for the Sorcerer. Banishment doesn't quite hit flush because those guys were spread out. There's the Sword of Flame. It says wreathing an ally in a shield of flame. It doesn't actually protect you. It just makes you do damage over time to nearby units. Maybe they could have worded that better. Not sure how you'd word it. On the power with Havocs and Heretics and CSM who are not shooting. Come on, fellas. No, not interested. Oh, they're moving up to put pressure on the Stormtroopers now. Havocs have repositioned. Where is the Sorcerer then? Gone to the west side. No vestments of the warp. Heretics back onto their own VP. Going to be a 2-to-1 for Kocha. And I imagine they're looking for tier 2 and they're looking for Blood Crusher here. We'll see what Dullahan can do. If they get Purgation up or they go straight to tier 2 from this. Eversor's got some stuff. Got his Onslaught injectors for the plus 0.75 speed, more charge range and more melee skill per tier. So we'll get +1 every tier, which doesn't sound like a lot. But one melee skill can easily make the difference between being special attacked and performing a special attack as well. We've got the Sin Skin Body Glove, which makes his Psychon better. Means that it costs only 50 health to activate and it lasts, I think, only a couple of seconds more. I think it goes from 10 to 12. I don't think it's 8 to 12. West side, Interceptors looking for the VP. Might get a triple here, Dullahan, and is on the power. Heretics are going to try and chase them off, but they're going to take a lot of damage approaching here. And those guys have a grenade in the pocket. Banishment. And then a grenade. None of them hit. Completely flush, but they did their job. These guys are still chasing. I don't think they should still be chasing. Why are you guys backing away? Just trying to create space for the Stormtroopers, maybe. Yeah, the Strike Squad just waiting to melee there. And then the Stormtroopers can shoot them up. There's some suppression. Interceptors just got purification from the Strike Squad there. Gives them some energy back. And look how quickly they killed a Havoc model there. That was so quick. Teleporting around strangely. We have some Pulsating Flame on the Heretics. Does force off the Interceptors, but they don't drop a model, it seems like. No, they don't drop a model. Do these guys have their grenade back? They don't need it. Strat Squad mopping up the Heretics. They might finish them here. Did you pop your Psychon, buddy? You must have. There's a Doom Blast trying to get to the Havocs. There's the Psychon. Might have been able to get there, you know. They don't want to risk it though. Would have been a very dicey retreat. There's another grenade. Nicely done. Kills a couple of Heretics. So cool. Such a cool idea, that no fuse grenade. Strike Squad throw out the banishment and then flee. And it's a good thing they did. I was going to say maybe they should stick around to try and finish those guys off. But that Doom Bolts was nasty. It is a Blood Crusher on the way for Kocha. I didn't even realize they got to tier 2. Vestments of the Warp as well on the way. And tier 2 for Dullahan. Into Rhino maybe. Once they see that Blood Crusher, get that las cannon going. Might just see Purgation, of course. They have some decent AV options these days. Don't think we'll see the Vindicator. It's a little bit dicey to get up on his own against a Blood Crusher. Could get charged down and taken out quite quickly. No sign of a weapon upgrade for the Eversor Assassin. Maybe his gun would do some work here against the Heretics that are going for some melee action all the time. Grenade there, just missed it. What was that? Oh, that was the marker for the teleport, I think. Eversor did pop the Psychon, which does buff the damage from his pistol. Was that purification? What was that? It wasn't the Strike Squad. Oh, does he have a global that does that? I don't think he does. I are confused. Those guys just seem to gain a bunch of energy. But it wasn't the Strike Squad. They're all the way over here. And his first global is hypermetabolism, isn't it? He doesn't have Sanctify. Or does he? Blood Crusher up then. Vehicle armor. A demon staring at the power node. Go on, fella. Smack it. And a dreadnought on the way for Dullahan. Awesome. That guy can get a multi-melter out of dreadnought. I think he can. See some multi-melter action, damn it. Those guys were split up strangely. Sorcerer consumes a Heretic maybe for another shot. That's a big blob of stuff to throw your Doom Bolts on. No, puts Coruscating Flame on himself and he's going to die. Misplay from Kocha. There's the teleport. I guess they retreated in time to not get knocked over by the Justicar and they got wiped. Look how quickly they can wipe them. Kocha not happy with the lack of retreating from those Havocs. Yeah, they were retreating that entire time. Wow. They were told to retreat that entire time, so they're taking extra damage from all those hits. Here's your Dreadnought. Starts off with a big old heavy flamer, I guess. I'm not sure if it's... Maybe it's a heavy incinerator. These Interceptors have so much utility here, getting through these crater edges. They're not moving though. There we go. Stormtroopers almost wiped. That was really close. Level 2 Eversor. CSM still level 1 with their aspiring champion. Kocha still not happy about the Havocs being wiped. Not sure what happened with the Sorcerer. That was a strange Sorcerer loss. Everything's scared off by the scary dreadnought. Because the Blood Crusher can't really engage it. It will still beat it in melee with the melee resistance and the claw that it has. Chaos Dreadnought on the way now for Kocha, perhaps with the Mark of Zinch. There's the Interceptor Psych out grenade that burns energy and stuff and suppresses you. Comes that Dreadnought, roasting some heretics. Some Zinchian worship now. Is that enough? I don't think it's enough for him to be able to chew through the Dreadnought. Turns to engage it now. Doing quite well. Oh, it's not going to have melee resist, is it, you dumbass? Yeah, the Dreadnought needs the melee weapon to get melee resistance. It's not lucky like a Wraith Lord. He still has tons more health, but the pure DPS of the Blood Crusher was really working through it there, under worship. Circle of Summoning from Kocha. Purifies on the way for Dullahan. Maybe that will cause Dullahan to change the Dreadnought's loadout after the Blood Crusher ripped it up a bit. Oh, that was Mark, I think. Oh, that's the other global he has. Yeah, he has Hypermetabolism, Mark, and Bio Meltdown. He doesn't have Sanctifier, so I'm not sure how those Interceptors got energy in that instance. Someone will let me know. It's not any of this stuff, is it? No. The Strat Squad were miles away. Maybe he does have a global I'm completely forgetting. Maybe. No. Oh, you can't put Hypermetabolism on something else. Multi-melter it is for the Grey Knight Dreadnought. But here comes a Mark of Khorne Dreadnought for Kocha. That Dreadnought might be done for just as he got his shiny new multi-melter too. Blood Rage. I don't think he needed to pop the Blood Rage, but I guess go for it. More damage, more speed, more damage resistance, but you lose control of your Dreadnought. See the CSM there popping their slaughter. Rhino with a las cannon putting some work in. Gets the Blood Crusher. Eversor trying to hold things up, I think. 278 to 242. Quite close on the VPs. Another Rhino for Dullahan. And tier 3 for Kocha. What's their red look like? Doesn't seem like it's 200 yet. Oh, 57. Might be able to get the red before they hit tier 3 for Terminator consideration. Chaos Dreadnought gets teleported to safety by warp. Very, very handy to have. Sorcerer hasn't leveled yet. Eversor is level 3. I think you should have finished the cap, fellas. Might have been grenaded. They are reinforcing off the Rhino. The second Rhino was cancelled. This Rhino is providing a lot right now to Dullahan. Keeping a Dreadnought second guessing running in. Reinforcing stuff in the field. What is this? That's your strike squad, leveled to 3. Not going for the VP though, they don't want to fight a Dreadnought. Nor do the Interceptors. That I can't select, they must be inside the Rhino. There's Energy Burst on the Sorcerer. Nice thing to have. Get rid of this guy's energy. I mean, most heroes are... Well, not always. Most heroes have loadouts that are energy intensive, but it seems like pretty much all of the Sorcerer's loadouts are quite energy intensive. Tier 3 almost here. Oh, I must have used red on something. Oh, the warp, of course, so they can't get Terminators anytime soon. 278 to 224. What do they get then? We shall see, I guess. Do you go for the Predator tank? Maybe. Maybe you go for it.
Research underway.
Could be dicey though. The Eversor can get a melter bomb. This guy's got a las cannon. Repair support. Interceptors can teleport in and like mess with its pathing maybe. But it is a Chaos Predator for Kocha. There's that Furious Intervention. Nicely timed. Eversor's in amongst this stuff. Oh, Bio Meltdown time. just retreats everything the hell out of there. Causes damage to all nearby units, including the Eversor Assassin, and if he dies during the duration, gets a bigger death explosion. Sometimes it's counteracted with the hypermetabolism to give him some health and energy back. Also, I think it also doubles your cooldown speed, oh sorry, reduces the cooldown speed by half when you use hypermetabolism, I think. Oh, he did use hypermetabolism because this is the vulnerable state of it, I think. Or did he just pop Cyclone? I think he just popped Cyclone and then ran. 248 to 224. 1-to-1 cap. Very, very close on VPs. I think maybe the teleporting sorcerer should try to go for that natural VP, maybe. Dreadnought. Wants the Rhino. Can't get it safely right now. There we see again those interceptors gaining a bunch of energy. There must be something going on that I don't know about, which is often the case in this game. Still, you can't purification them from there, can you? Does he have that kind of range? Maybe I'm just wrong about the range of that thing. Vortimer Razorback on the way for Dullahan. We have a Mark of Khorne Predator, so there's more damage, more killiness. Why did that generator just blow up? Did you just cancel it, maybe? More Havocs for Kocha. Might be able to draw in the interceptors to a dreadnought this time, which needs a lot of repairs. Gonna take a little while. Does have double heretics to repair it, perhaps. Sorcerer is on the east side, although they did decap that with something. Trying to stabilize the east side a little bit. Nope. Predator's off somewhere else to shoot stuff. Did the interceptors level? Yeah, they're level 3. Oh, they've got their side cannons in. I'm not sure how quickly they swap. Is it just an instantaneous swap? I think it's pretty instant. It's like a couple of seconds at most. Doom bolts. Painful. Still painful. In tier 3. Almost leveled this fella now. There's the teleport. Right into a tank shot though. Psych out grenade. Drains his energy completely. That was a hunter-killer missile shot from the Vortimer that you saw hit the tank there. Going after it quite aggressively, but here comes the dreadnought. Heretic should be worshipping or repairing or something here. Last cannon time. Uh-oh. Blood Rage Dreadnought goes after the heretics. It's a bit too close to him to activate it there. A little bit too close. Now goes after the Havocs briefly. I think the Dreadnought is done for. Oh, Rhino's done for. We have a Eviscerator Axe too. Well, both of them. We've got the Vortimer and the Rhino. And both of the Chaos vehicles are still going for now. Why did he teleport in? Why did these interceptors teleport in there? They could have just shot the Dreadnought, I think, and finished it off, but they died. They teleported in and died. That was weird. I think they're still going to get the Dreadnought, you know, unless it could be teleported away. Nope. Where is the Sorcerer? That was a pretty frantic fight there. I wonder if that was a... I wonder if he meant to chuck a grenade or something and hit the wrong button. And teleported instead. Chaos Space Marines drawing their bolt chainswords and pistols, as they can do when they pop their slaughter. Circle of Summoning also scares off the Strat Squad. Level 4 Strat Squad though. And they reinforced off the circle as well, I think. 141 to 224, just wreckage everywhere around here now. Havoc's not moving, just stunned at what it just saw go on. Hand-to-hand combat, who said that? Eversor? Yeah. Killed one. Not sure if he used the kill zone for that. Here we have a Eversor Assassin. Chameleon stealth suit in, and here comes extended operations for more health. I think it takes him up to, is it 450 or 425? We shall see, maybe. Target acquired. Gives the Vindicator more range, I think, but also reveals the stuff that he shoots, which is quite fun. Up to 475, it's 125 from the operations. Sorcerer flees. Dark Flames, a little bit late, I think. Oh, still set them on fire, and still gets it done nicely. Here's a turbo penetrator rounds now loaded in to shoot the vehicles with. Does he have vision on that though? Eversor's on the VP saying, "Come fight me, CSM." It's not a fight that the CSM want, I don't think. He's level 5 and he's got Eviscerator time. Can chuck the kill zone up and really mess those guys. They're not capping? They're cautiously capping, maybe. Where's the cap, fellas? 104 to 214.
The enemy is capturing one of our
Nice repairs for the tank. It's level 2. Done really well. Hand-to-hand combat. You lied to me, Eversor. You lied to me. Should have stayed on that VP, I think. There's the kill zone, which gives the Eversor a bunch of buffs in its area of effect. Also debuffs enemies in the area of effect. Of course, you can just move away from it, maybe. So energy burst as well. Then a banishment. Now target acquired, taking shots on the tank. Then decent chunks of damage too. Eversor, meanwhile, be capping. CSM are going for Dullahan's natural. Doom bolts. And then run. Fair enough. Not sure why they used the kill zone and then didn't go to fight. I don't think it has much use if you're not fighting in it with the Eversor. Or at least someone's fighting in it. So it mainly debuffs melee stuff, I think. Gonna get the 2-to-1, I think, Kocha. There's the 1-to-1. It is gonna be a 2-to-1. Getting shot at by a Vindicare. But it seems like he's shooting different models, like a numpty. And they're not dying. 2 Strike Squad models. Are they gonna flee from that? They are. Banishment going in. Did have Vindicare support. Eversor's on retreat path. He's not happy. But should he be just going for the VP instead? He just wants to fight stuff. Fair enough. Popped his psych when he was ready. Couldn't get a hit though. Rotation rate, most important stat in Dawn of War 2, it turns out. 76 to 207. Marco Zinc CSM now. Late game for Kocha. Got a decap. East side turning red again. Some decapping from Kocha. They do have a big army advantage here. Need to impose that on the map kind of thing. That's being noded by Dullahan. He's got a generator up over there. Not sure what his plan is. It might be Grey Knight Terminators. Got Purgation up with their silencers. Good versus all targets. Although typically you want big burst damage when you're going after vehicles. Especially on a setup weapon where the vehicle just moves away and you have to tear your weapons up again. There's another mark. I've seen a lot of that. Vindicare. Can they see him? You can see him when he shoots. Some decent damage on that tank, you know. Banishment on the heretics is going to lose the tank. Or maybe not. Subjugated the purgation there. Yeah, that was cutting it close. Oh, they're back. Well, they can't spin around in time. It is Grey Knight Terminators for Dullahan. 150 power for those fellas. Is that the kill zone? I think that's the kill zone. Certainly killed that fella. That was an aspiring champion heretic just ran in.
Target destroyed. We shall make it so.
2-to-1 for Kocha. No heretics on the way to repair the tank.
The enemy is claiming a victory.
Which is level 3. Don't want to do that thing. Marco Zinc CSM. Couldn't quite get a decap. They did not want it hang around even to take a single hit from that guy. Smack. What's the DPS on it again? Is it? Oh, 65. I thought it was 71. It's going to subjugate them again, surely. Maybe it's on cooldown still, I guess. Uh-oh, Terminator time. Subjugate those fellas. He just run. He's just in full retreat now. Bad place for the strike squad to be. Prepares for the tank, but it's going to be slow going. Needs to get the tank to the east side though, I think. Well, I guess he doesn't have to rush. He's got 200 VPs. Dreadnought Terminator's getting a silencer. It said silencers, but only one model gets it, I think. Last cannon trying to get shots. He needs to back away now. Oh, tank's gone the west side. Oh, fair enough. I can get both the naturals probably. Because Dullahan has pretty much everything over here. Probably can get it. Uh-oh. Havoc's be dead. What is this silencer doing for us? 21.31 silencer PvP damage. DPS, I should say. Strike squad trying to hide from the tank behind the pillar. Pillar's gone, fellas. Now what? Run. Melter bomb time for the Eversor Assassin. Sick of this tank. Vindicator's running in an interesting way. Sure you haven't been to some weird chaos parties lately, buddy. Look at this. You do you. Sneaky heretic cap. Gets it done. 29 to 174. There's the melter on rear armor. Gonna get it. Silencer gets it. Oof, indeed. CSM did not seem interested in shooting at the Terminators there. Here we go. Here we got some shooting. Look at that. All shooting as one. That was cool. These Terminators are quite low. And double Marco Zinch is painful. Hypermetabolism is in on the Eversor. Those guys teleporting in. Get a special immediately. There's the kill zone. Kill zone hasn't really paid off. If they were Mark of Khorne, CSM would have been way more effective, but it's not what we saw. Chaos Terminators, though, is what we see. And claws it is. Down to 9 VPs, Dullahan. They have a single cap here. Gonna be a triple, I think. Indeed, I think it is. Lightning Claws will deal with the Terminators, will deal with everything pretty much in Dullahan's army with some support. Oh, they can't get it. They can't finish the cap. Doesn't want to drop one of those models. They're so expensive to reinforce. Well, I think they're only 25, aren't they? 25 power. Not like Chaos Terminators at 50. Subjugated. Teleports in for the subjugation. Ouch. They minced those purgation. And now can... No, does not bring them back a little bit more. That was weird. One goes down. I think could have walked them back towards the VP a bit more to get them into a bit more trouble. Shooting match on the VP. Plasma guns in play. Helping a lot. Strike squad should close for melee now. There we go. They do have that little acolyte warrior guy. What is his damage though? I don't know what his DPS is like, if he's actually helpful in melee combat. They killed him. But they're not stopping the heretics capping. Oh, he's over here, that's why. Almost killed his own Terminators with his bio meltdown. Don't get close to him. Uh-oh. There's a GG. Kocha has it. Can he kill his own Terminators here? Almost. That would have been fun. Really topsy-turvy game. Some mistakes here and there. Some cool plays here and there. But a lot of Warhammer fun. Grim Darkness and all that. These guys couldn't quite get the decap over there, eh? What do we see on the heroes? Level 7 Eversor Assassin. So, I mean, he must have done well with his axe. And a level 4 Sorcerer. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.